I'm just trying to divert attention away from Norton.
I thought he wasn't wearing a shirt for a second. It's just the color. I'm like, whoa!
No, that's later in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, Chau.
Thanks, guys. So we're starting a little bit early. I'm gonna vamp while people come in. So I've been playing the ukulele for like the last week and a half, and it's great. But I'm not gonna do that for you today. I'm just holding it so I can practice the same 5 chords over and over again. So this morning, I was really hoping that I would have some fruits with me. I've been talking to some people over the weekend so far, and I was talking about how my parents always lied to me as a kid about like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, almost everything. And I thought that had subsided once I started growing up and telling them that, hey, I can fact check now. And this weekend it happened to me again. So one of the first things that my mom told me when I told her I was going to Hawaii, she's like, oh, you should go get the dragon fruit, the one with the white flesh that that I have all the time. It's so much cheaper there. And she's like, it's really hard to get in the supermarket, so make sure you go on Craigslist and they'll have it there. And so I tried to buy some fruit on Craigslist, and this was yesterday. I tried it on Friday, couldn't find anything, and then I went again yesterday, and the only thing I could find was this, I don't know, I think it was a dude selling it out of his truck, but he sold the full potted plants, and it wasn't that sketchy, but it wasn't nearly as abundant as my mom had promised, so. I also went to Chinatown. I went to the farmer's market. I went to 2 different farmer's markets. Left disappointed. So if you guys have any dragon fruit with the white flesh, I would really appreciate it. Please bring it up to stage right now. Because I have been on a quest to get that. I went to the Philippines 3 weeks ago, and that was my only goal, was to find that, because I wasn't sure what fruit it was, and then I realized, oh, it's the dragon fruit from Ecuador with the white flesh, which is normally, I guess, red, not as sweet. I'm thinking about fruits again. But I did end up getting a rambutan, and I made a couple of the guys try it in the back, which was a lot of their first times trying rambutan. This is so quiet. This is strange. This is also very like Hawaiian, I feel. This is very peaceful. Thank you. I know I'm starting like 10 minutes early, but they didn't want to wait back there, so I said I'd just come on stage early, so this was my own fault. But I'll start with some questions. Hello. Hi.
My question is, what are some of the words that you've picked up that are Hawaiian throughout your tour, your bus tour?
Shoots. That's not even Hawaiian, is it?
Or some of the pitches.
Right.
Jerry.
I remember nothing. Teach me something else. Something I will remember.
You said you would remember.
I know, but I lied. That's what I learned from my parents, how to lie. Bold-faced lie. Yeah, teach me something I'll remember.
How's it?
That sounds like English. How's it? How's it going?
Oh, how's it, brother? Oh, that's the kind, yeah? Them good grinds you went looking for.
Okay, now is that Hawaiian or is that English with a Hawaiian accent?
It's pigeon.
Pigeon?
Pigeon.
You named a language after a bird?
Yes.
Why?
I didn't name it.
Okay. Alright, let's try it again.
Oh, you went looking for the good grinds the other day, yeah?
Good grains?
Grinds.
Grinds? Like a grind?
Grinds.
Food. Food.
I don't even know what that is. It's a food.
Rind of a watermelon. The outside watermelon is the rind.
Oh, because you eat the shell of the watermelon here. So the watermelon rind.
It means food.
Okay, let's try it one more time. I'll just pretend I know what that means.
You were looking for the good grinds the other day, huh?
You were looking for the good grinds the other day, huh? I'm really bad with accents. How was that? No, I think I just said it really fast. Okay, one more time.
You were looking for the good grinds the other day, huh?
You went looking for the good grinds the other day, huh? Am I doing anything? Okay, well, okay, give me something else that's more pigeon. Double pigeon.
Can you handle it?
Can you handle it? Oh, yes, I can. Clearly.
You pal. Are you pal?
Are you pal? No. Huh? Are you pal? Are you pal? Because I'm pal. I don't have to change my voice?
No.
Oh. That was a part of it. I don't know. Are you pal? Because pal? Are you pal?
It
All
means
done.
done.
Are you pal?
I'm pal. Shoots.
Shoots. Shoots.
Thank you.
That's the only one I'll remember. Shoots. Shoots means family. No, shoots mean bye. Shoots means buys. Shoots means bye. That's a tongue twister now. Shoots means bye. I talk too fast. Hi there. Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, too close.
I just bite the mic. Sorry.
It's okay, it happens.
So I was gonna ask you about the ukulele, but is that how you pronounce it?
Toilet?
No, ukulele. Ukulele.
Oh. I think my hearing's probably off this morning. Sorry, what about the ukulele?
But then you answered it. I was gonna ask if you're gonna play it.
Oh no, I'm just not gonna play it. I was just practicing. It's been a week and a half, so I'm just like I'm keeping it close so that I'm always practicing it,
That's a good idea.
and then I will not forget it because I've been trying to learn guitar for a while, and the tough thing about guitar is like once I get into a groove of learning it, then I would travel somewhere else, and it was really hard to I wouldn't bring it, then I would just get out of the habit. So having a ukulele, it's been really easy. So this week I'm going to Japan, and I'm like, oh, I can still bring a ukulele there. And so I got it, and I got a little case. On my bus tour, we got a case, and now it's like I can bring it around, and I can play this around Tokyo at the Poke Center and all that. It's
Yeah,
great.
Pokemon Center.
Right.
So that's not my question though, because you answered it at the beginning. And
Right.
then my backup was how was the meeting with the crackless guy? But then you answered that too.
I'm on it. Craigslist.
But I have a backup for a backup, which is how do you manage to to take so many tours and meet a lot of sea turtles and do many things within such a short stay?
You put yourself in a position that you do it. One of the first things that I did when I found out, earlier last week that I was going to Hawaii, because I completely forgot that I was going to Hawaii that week, was things to do on my days off. And I, cleared the schedule and I just filled it. And because if I don't do this, I will always end up staying in my hotel room doing nothing. And I know this with myself because I'm super lazy, and I'll just and our hotel has Netflix on it, so I did not go to Hawaii to watch Netflix, even though I have. That is not the main purpose. So I really try to put myself in a position where I'm like, oh, I already put down a deposit on this. I already, made a reservation there. They're expecting me. They've given me instructions, so now I don't actually have to think. I I just have to show up, and then usually I'll have a great time. So it's just like knowing your habits and then just, you know, thinking around them. And I try to do that as often as possible. Same with Japan. You know, as much as it is like at the top of the list for places I want to go, and I'm going next week, if I didn't completely like put myself in positions like, okay, I'm doing that tour that day, I'm doing this tour that day, it's really hard for me to actually get out of my Airbnb. That being said, I try not to be too strict. I just need to schedule one thing a day that'll get me out of the house, and then usually I'll end up wandering, and that's when I can start to like run into things and discover all these other things that I never could have planned for. But I need to get out of the house, and that's step one for me, and then after that I'm usually pretty good.
So does Pokemon Go help?
It did, until that's all I did, because I have a very addictive personality, and I have a really hard time being casual with games. Like for me, if I start a game, it's a fully committed relationship, and you know, I'm in it till, I mean, I just want it to be the very best that there ever was. And to do that, you have to play an insane amount of hours. I mean, I had a special Pokemon chair that I took to the park. I got to level like 34, and like I remember I hadn't played for a year, and then I jumped back on it for a split second to play with my brother, and I was still like high level than all of his friends playing with him. I'm like, oh, that tells you how much I played in the first month, which was a lot. I would wake up in the middle of the night for it. I would run out of hotel rooms in my boxers to try to catch like an elusive Pokemon. Like so many crazy things. Remember the first night? The first night that I got it, I was filming. It was 2 a.m. in Vancouver, and I saw this Poke gym. I'm like, oh, it's empty. It's the middle of the night. I'm low level, but I can take it over. And it wasn't right by the street, so I had to pull up into an alleyway. And so I was in this dark alleyway, playing Pokemon Go in my car, and then this cop pulls up next to me. And he gets me to roll down my window. He's like, hey, what you doing here? Thinking that I was like doing some sort of drug deal or something. And I'm just trying to explain to him this Pokemon Go game. And you know, it took me like 10 minutes to explain because it was so new. I'm like, yeah, you know, I just got this, and there's this, it's like a Pokemon gym, you know, not like a workout gym, but this is where like people can like, you can like be like a gym leader if you defeat the Pokemon there. It was like super weird, and by the end of it, he was like, I thought that was only in America, how do you download it for Canada? So I spent like the next 20 minutes trying to explain to him, like helping him download it to his phone. So like a lot of really cool moments happened because of it, because it got me out of the house. So I really loved that game for that. And I recently heard about the Harry Potter version. And I'm trying so hard not to start it. You should. I don't know. I mean, I said that about Pokemon Go, and I got 2 days, and then I broke. So we'll see. This might end well.
Just one more thing before I go sit down. Would you just maybe reconsider your decision on not playing any song today?
Okay, maybe by the end of the panel, maybe I'll start thinking about which song only has 3 chords. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, Riptide. Oh, that was on the 100 easy songs list, but I didn't click on that. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Becca.
Hi Becca.
Next week I'm turning 17.
Happy birthday next week. Early birthday.
And I was wondering if you could go back in time and tell your 16, almost 17 self any word of advice or anything to me, what would it be?
My 16, 17-year-old self. I would tell, actually, for me, I would tell my 16, 17-year-old self to not abuse my knees so much, because even though it feels great right now, in 10 years' time, you won't be able to walk down mountains. You're gonna hate that. I was really heavily training martial arts then, and I remember doing all these crazy tricks and things on concrete. And I remember there was like a 30-year-old dude who was telling me, he's like, every time I watch you do that, like I just think kneecaps. And I was like, oh, this is easy. I can do this in my sleep. And now kneecaps. I went and hiked Yosemites with my ukulele because I was practicing my island strumming. And walking down, I was just like hobbling because it was hurting so much. I did the Tough Mudder, and I was like, all the obstacles I had no issues with, but it's just the long distance running, and then Jared and Jensen had to carry me because my knees were hurting so much. So I would tell myself not to abuse my body as much as I did, you know, and to stretch a little bit more. For you, though, maybe not the same things.
I dislocated my knee walking across flat ground, so I relate to that.
Kneecaps.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Kneecaps. I don't know. Okay. General good advice is to live life for yourself. You know, if you're living life for someone else, that's the wrong way to do it. They have their own lives to live, so you know, you focus on yours. You can let them focus on their own, and find the things that makes you happy. Right? Again, don't try to make anyone else happy, because it just doesn't work. So follow things that you like, and more often than not, that will lead you to the things you love. And that's a good way. That's a good way to live. Hey.
Hi. So my friend and I went snorkeling this morning, and we were filming ourselves underwater and stuff, and we were kind of going through our videos earlier and noticed that we had some pretty funny looking pictures of ourselves in our snorkel gear. So I was wondering if you managed to get any of yourself while you went snorkeling yesterday, and if you would be willing to share it online, and if so, if there's a hashtag we can use so everyone can go snorkeling.
I posted a picture this morning because I got my pictures in, and I posted a couple of the turtle ones on Instagram. I think one of the moments is like the moment I realize the turtle and I'm trying to backpedal and really failing at it. Yeah, no, the snorkels definitely give, you know, they're funny pictures. But I am going scuba diving, and I'll look way cooler in that, right? I think. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. It's just really nice.
Do you have an idea for a hashtag we can use for Lesbian Family?
For
Posting maybe our own snorkel gear pictures?
I mean, I don't know. I feel is it SPN Family snorkeling different unless we're all peeing on turtles or something? As SPN snorkeling? Usually that's a good way to do it. You just throw SPN in front of literally any hashtag and it becomes our own, right? Unless SPN stands for something else.
SPN Golden Showers.
No, that one probably exists already. That's okay. Hi.
Hello. Where would you like to travel to that you haven't gotten the chance to yet?
Japan. Oh, I'm going on Tuesday. Can't wait.
That you don't have plans for yet?
That I don't have plans for. So many places. Iceland. Like Norway, Antarctica, South America, anywhere. Like Brazil, Peru, Argentina, Chile. And then while I'm doing that, then I'll take the boat to Antarctica. South Africa I was gonna go this Christmas. Bali, I'm thinking about going. Like Egypt. I mean, there's so many places. Like I have a list that I wrote down, and it gets longer and longer every time I go somewhere and I learn about something else. I still need to do like Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. You know, India. Not been to India yet. The list of places only grows longer. The world is so big, and there's so many different types of people and cultures and foods and just perspectives on life. I'm trying to go back to Nicaragua in February with with random acts. So many places. Honestly, I don't... Japan is definitely there. Korea, but Japan is definitely at the top of my list. And I already know I'm going to want to go back. I only have a week there, and then I have to go back to life, I guess. So many things. Do you have a place? Hawaii?
Tokyo, actually.
That's exactly where I'm going. It is the place where I'm going to I'm going to go on an anime manga tour, first thing.
What else do you do?
Yeah, I know, and the first restaurant that I have a reservation at is called Ninja. Apparently the waiters and waitresses are all dressed as ninjas. And they like pop out at you and stuff. And it's also like really good food. I think I'm gonna go to Tokyo Disney, which is because it's like half the price and even less than the one in LA. What else?
Pokemon Center was the landmark I was looking at in Tokyo.
Of course, Pokemon Center. Skytree. A lot of people from Japan here, they've been telling me to go to Skytree. I'm definitely gonna check that out. I gotta go to the owl cafes, and the porcupine cafes, and the cat cafes, and the bunny cafes, and the fox cafes. They have a lot of cafes there. They have a lot of themed things in Japan. I gotta eat, I think a lot of it is just food related, like all the different ramen shops and, yeah, I can't wait. Wandering. And yeah, if I remember to, I'll take photos too, but it's gonna be hard. There was at one point a Mario Kart Tokyo tour where you get to ride go-karts in a Mario Kart costume and drive around the streets of Tokyo.
Still do.
Really? I heard they got banned. But if it's not...
National driver's license.
Oh. Is Canadian international? No. No, it's a very specific one. All right. So not that. Sorry? Really?
Yeah. Good for a year.
Can I do that in one day?
Yeah.
Really? That's not bad. It's almost as good as... I was gonna say, if this was China, I could just buy a fake one. Because I got a fake motorcycles license from China when I was there. It cost me $10, it was great. Okay, actually, yeah, so maybe I'll do that. But the list goes on and on and on and on. It's Japan. I gotta go to an arcade and try not to spend half a day there. It's apparently
Not half a day, a whole day.
Whole day. Oh, yeah, probably. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but I really want to do a tour of Studio Ghibli. Because. Have you ever seen Jiro Dreams of Sushi? It is my favorite documentary. It spawned a series called Chef's Table, and Jiro's restaurant is in Tokyo, and I'm probably not gonna be able to go, but it's a nice thought. I'm gonna go beside it. And that'll be enough, I guess. Yeah. I'll have more to say about Tokyo after I'm there. That's enough speculation for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
So my question is, what has been one of your favorite roles besides your role on Supernatural?
Yeah. Who here hasn't seen Dirt Gently? Show of hands. Don't be shy. Excellent. Easily converted. All right, let me preach to you for a second. So, before telling you anything about the show, in the first season, I play a character by the name of Vogel. He is a, what is he? He's an energy vampire? Anyways, my first day on set, I'm with a group of 3 other guys. We're called the Rowdy Three. There's 4 of us. And first day, it's like, okay guys, this is your van. You're gonna get in your van, you see that car over there, you're gonna run into that car, just smash right into it, and you're gonna grab your weapons, take your pick, and you're just gonna smash your way towards that apartment. We own everything on that side of the street, so just have fun with it. And that was our first day. And then our second day was very similar, and third day was similar. Basically, I did an entire season of a television show where all I had to do was break things and yell out one line every single day. And it is the best job I could have hoped for. Like, there is nothing better. Like, the second day we smashed an apartment building. You know, it was like just fully furnished, well-decorated apartment building, and we just like went in, destroyed it. It took like 20 people an hour to reset it, and then we did it again 4 times. And it was just so fun. And then we like smashed a pile of mannequins, and then, you know, I guess we get to beat up people sometimes. We smashed a cop car. Basically, we just go around yelling incoherent things and smashing things. So that's my character on this show. It almost has nothing to do with the plot. But we're still like a very main, pivotal role that runs throughout the season. So the show is essentially the closest thing to Super Hulock in one show. It is so weird. It is the strangest show that you're gonna find on TV. I don't think any other network will let a show like this be on. So it's kind of a detective show, so it is a detective show. It's called Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. It follows the character Dirk Gently, and he's trying to solve a case, so every season's a new case, except he doesn't use evidence or clues. He just goes around assuming that anything and everyone that he bumps into is part of the case and is connected somehow. And because he keeps bumping into crazy characters and insane things happen, he just seems really stupid. But later on we find out that that's his power. He just doesn't know how it works. And so essentially that's the show. And the fun of it is to see how all these crazy things come together. And who has seen the show? Is it worth checking out? Okay, good, because we're all really proud of it. And I want to smash more things for season 3. But yeah, it is a very, very fun show to be a part of. And there's so many people, and it's shot in Vancouver with some of the crew from Supernatural, with a lot of the cast from Supernatural. So really, it already feels like home so quickly. So Dirk Gently, Jacob Vogel.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're in America, so you can watch it on Hulu or BBC America. If you're not in America, it's on Netflix. Hi.
Hi. So first of all, I love you as Kevin, and I'm really excited for you to come back later on this season. My question was, what would you say your similarities and differences are with your character?
Well, I really enjoy breaking things, yelling incoherent sentences. With Kevin, though, I feel like every time you play any character, any actor playing any character, we kind of have to bring a piece of ourselves to that character. And so one of the things that I love about Kevin so much is how many different phases of life that he's been through, how many different versions of Kevin has come up through this, just in the course of 5 seasons. It's really cool. So let's see, when he was a student, I definitely had that phase of life. But he was definitely, that was probably the furthest from Kevin that I've ever been, because I've never been that amazing student. Everyone thought I was the AP student. Everyone thought I was an international baccalaureate program. Everyone thought I had straight A's. Everyone thought I was going to go to Harvard. Because I was very active in school, I did all the clubs. I was student council president. I was very active. I would be the person coming up and giving speeches to all the students. I would do anti-bullying seminars. I was that kid, except I had maybe C average grades. And all my teachers just didn't understand. It's how do you like school this much and do so badly? And it's just because I didn't like to study. I'm these subjects are boring. I like people, I like to be involved, I like to do things, but just memorizing things just to regurgitate it on a piece of paper didn't make any sense to me. And so I fought against it. So that part of Kevin, I did not understand. In school, I didn't even understand what a program was. I went to college for 4 years before I understood that I only had a year and a half in marketing management. I thought they just gave you a degree at the end of 4 years. So wrong. And I didn't finish because it was too much to think about. It was too much math. I definitely did not major in math. So that part from Kevin was like probably the farthest thing, but you know, I did have the tiger mom and the tiger dad who tried to push me, but I was very rebellious in that sense. But in the same sense, I definitely like to study, just in my own way. I like to learn, I believe in education. In fact, if I were to define like my life's purpose is to learn things, is to grow, to explore, right? I just don't think that school is the only place that can happen. And for me, it definitely isn't. And so, thank you. And so, for Kevin, his strength is his ability to learn. And so, of course, he built those habits, he honed that in school. And now that he's out when he got out into the world, the supernatural world, he just applied that same skill set. He knows how to study, he knows how to do it, but he also knows how to apply it to, you know, to the hunting, which is, I guess that's how I see my life. Like when I want to pick up the ukulele, I'm like, okay, I want to learn the ukulele. How do I learn the ukulele? I'm like, okay, first I got to get a ukulele. So I got a ukulele. Then I started using Google. Then I looked at some tabs like, oh, these are the chords. Oh, I got to figure out how to play the chords. Okay, now I can play the chords. Oh, now it sounds weird with the tempo. Now I got to figure out how to do the strumming. I'm like, okay, then I look up YouTube. That's how you do the strumming. Now I gotta practice the strumming. Okay, now I'll do an 8-hour hike at Yosemite's and practice the strumming. Then I got the strumming, you know, and then you're just like, okay, this is how you learn it, this is how you practice it, this is how you get to that place, right? And it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4. And so in that sense, I think I take after Kevin a lot with that. And like obsessing over something. When I'm playing a game, it's that same mentality. I feel like I am saving the world. Sometimes in the game, I am saving the world. So I have to stay up all night until I save the world. So when I was shooting The Crazy Kevin, it was actually really easy because I was moonlighting on my own short film. And I would do like a day on Supernatural, and then at night I would do night shoots with my own project. And for the entire week I almost didn't sleep. Like I think I had 2-hour naps. And I was like really feeling it. So I guess it came across.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And those are the funnest days though, like when you don't want to sleep. I mean, if you really enjoy sleep, you might not empathize that. But like sometimes like I'll get into this zone where there's something that I want to do so badly, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I have to sleep for health. But as soon as that's over with, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get back to it. Or I'm going to stay up way later than I should until my body just gives out. And then I'll sleep until I have to, and then I'm going to get back to it. And I guess it's a habit that I've learned and built over time. I think it's because I started independent filmmaking with 48-hour film festivals, which is make a short film in 2 full days. And almost always you would end up not sleeping for like 3 of them if you're one of the key creatives. And I did, I think, 3 of those in a row, and it just became my favorite way of doing things. It's probably not healthy, not recommended. Hi there.
Hello from the left side.
I thought I shot you.
Oh, like, that was awesome! Thank you.
How are you?
Oh my goodness, I'm good.
Good.
Thank you. I love that.
Several conversations. Like, I taught you some Hawaiian words and I'm pretty disappointed.
Oh yeah, can you teach me one that I'll remember?
Okay. Mahalo nui loa. Can you remember that one? Mahalo. You know mahalo.
Mahalo nui loa.
Yes!
What does that mean again?
Thank you very much.
Oh, mahalo nui loa.
Nui.
Nui.
Yes.
Mahalo nui loa.
Yes!
Okay. Mahalo nui loa for that wonderful song intro.
Thank you. Well, I do actually have a question. Have you ever gone skydiving?
Yes, I have.
Oh, where?
I went skydiving in Santa Barbara, and I'm considering doing that tomorrow again.
You should do it.
But you know what? I got to say that I was kind of like disappointed with skydiving. Let me explain. The scariest thing about skydiving for me was signing the waiver forms. Because you're reading these forms and it's like, even if we are grossly negligent, that causes your death, like, we are not liable. I'm like, why do you have to put grossly beside negligent? Like, you're trying. Like, that means if you're trying to kill me, it's fine. And so that was the only, and of course, they're not gonna let you go unless you sign your life away there. And then it was the anticipation of it, which was great. Like the plane ride up when you're like feeling, it's this tiny plane and it's really bumpy. And then you get the butterflies, like, oh, this is gonna be it. And I went 13,000 feet in the air. I didn't go for the 18,000 feet. Maybe I should have, but you need oxygen for that one. And then like, the moment the door opens and you're like leaning over and you're like, okay, this is it. That's the scariest part. And as soon as you jump, you're like, oh, thrill's over, right? You don't get butterflies after that. You hit critical velocity, so the wind's in your face, and it's just a lot of wind in your face for like a minute. And maybe it's because my tandem jumper didn't do any like flips or anything. He was just like, he was super excited though. I think he was trying to get me excited. I was already over it by that point. There was a video, and he's just like, yeah, man, shaka! And he was actually doing all that stuff, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. But it was just like 60 seconds of that, and then the chute opens, and then, it's a very pretty view. It was like 270 degrees ocean.
Yeah.
And, and then we had like a nice conversation on the way down. I thought it was going to be more thrilling.
Well, scuba diving is really fun.
I'm looking forward to scuba diving.
Don't pee in the suit, though. They will charge you for that.
Do they actually? How would they know?
They can smell it.
Wait, they're gonna smell it just to charge me extra?
You can smell it when you get out of the water.
If I drink a lot of water, they won't know.
Just pee out of the suit, man. That's all you have to do. Or like go beforehand.
It's a 4-hour trip. I feel like they know that extra tax is gonna be there. Like, I haven't even gone yet, but I already feel like I know that I'm gonna be in my suit. It's 4 hours in a wetsuit.
Alright.
I guess we'll find out.
You'll find out the hard way.
Yeah. But if I do go skydiving, is there something special about Hawaii? Actually,
is there something special about Hawaii?
Yeah, there is.
Is that a question?
About skydiving in Hawaii, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like, even the flight in, like, looking out the windows, it was. Okay, wow. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna ask for a big gym. All right, I'll see if they have openings tomorrow. Okay, I forgot that sentence already. Mau nui gunai.
Mahalo nui loa.
Oh my, I was pretty close actually. No. Mahalo nui loa.
Yes.
Mahalo nui loa.
Mahalo. Aloha.
Aloha. I got that one down. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I was wondering, on Friday during Gil's panel, he started to talk about the time where he accidentally popped your Big Hero 6 costume.
That was no accident.
I was wondering if you could finish that story.
Well, where did he leave it?
He just said that he popped it.
Well, that's not much of a story. Okay, well, you know what? I think Richard and Rob had the best perspective on that one. For me, I had no idea what was happening because I was in a Big Hero suit, or Big Hero 6 suit. I was in a Baymax outfit, and I was just like, it was a song. I can't remember what song, but I was just dancing to the song, and then it just all of a sudden, everyone was like cheering and laughing, and then I started like deflating, and I'm like, oh, geez. And I was just like kind of going with it, and like before I knew it, I was like kind of like on the ground, like, oh my God, I'm like, oh, my fan popped out. And then, you know, and then I couldn't plug it back in, so then I just like kind of like came out of the suit, and that was it. And so like from my perspective, it was pretty normal. It's just like a malfunction. And then I saw Rich and Rob like just laughing their heads off, and then they told me the story after. I had no idea, so apparently just Gil had a couple of drinks and he got a little frisky. That's all I got. I mean, yeah, for me, it's like, I mean, that was, yeah, I'm glad people had fun. For Rob and Rich, that's like their favorite con moment ever. So you're gonna have to ask them at some point. Gil, I don't even know if Gil really remembers that. Gil, when he's a little tipsy, is like all of our favorites, though. He's like a completely different person. It's so funny.
Thank you.
Gil. Oh, hi.
Hi. So I love Dirk Gently.
Thank you. It's a really good show. It's on BBC America. It airs Saturdays.
It's wonderful. Watch it. I was
It's
wondering.
on Hulu. Sorry. Netflix if you're worldwide. Okay.
I was wondering if
Starring Elijah Woods. Okay, so yeah.
You're good. If Vogel and Kevin met, how would that go?
Oh man, they're really different. Well, actually no. They would both start yelling at each other. Yeah. So Vogel, yeah, I play this incredibly manic, happy character who's always yelling and sucking energies. So Kevin would probably start freaking out, and then Vogel will freak out and maybe suck some of his energy because he's scared. Actually, no, because the Rowdy Three are not bad characters. So if you watch it, it's like, oh man, these are bad dudes. They drive around in a dark van, luring children into their car. But they're not. They don't have candy, and they don't, you know, they're not looking to do anything crazy. They're just trying to find these characters, and they don't actually suck the energy out of like people because it could harm them. So I think he would get along with Kevin just fine. Kevin might freak out for a little bit and be like, oh, this is something. It's okay.
Could he like help Kevin like they help Amanda? If Kevin's freaking out?
That would mean that Kevin has spoiler powers.
Yeah.
That I won't say. Maybe, but actually, did you see the latest episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I can't remember where it's at right now, but the rest of the season should end pretty cool. Maybe, maybe not.
Thank you.
I'm just really excited for this show. Season 1 only has 8 episodes. You can find it on Hulu. I think it's for free on Hulu. If you're not in America, you can find it on Netflix. It doesn't matter where you are, you can always stream it online. Somewhere. And it's a great show. It's only 8 episodes, so check it out. Hi.
Hey, aloha, brother.
Aloha.
You're an adventurous young man. You gonna do any shark diving while you're here?
Am I going to do any show?
Shark diving.
Oh, that was on my list. So it's going to be skydiving, shark diving, parasailing, helicopter ride, or I don't know. I feel like the list got really long after talking to everyone here. But yes, shark diving is one of them. There's also someone sent me this thing where you can where it's like a giant tank where you're just in, like not in the ocean, but you're just. It's called Shark Trek, where there's like sharks around. I wouldn't mind hanging out with some sharks, maybe pee on them a little bit and see if they like it.
Well, if you don't do it here, do it in South Africa. You won't regret the trip down there.
Right, actually, South Africa, so that's one of the things I want to do was do the cage diving in South Africa with the great whites. That would be something.
There you go, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Before I do any of these things, I don't know why I do this, but like before I go, if I do shark diving, before I go, I'm just gonna watch video after video of shark attacks. Before I went skydiving, I was just trying to like find videos of like skydiving fails. There's not many of those. I don't know why, but I feel like I have to do the things that scare me, and like So I'm like, okay, if I'm doing it anyways, I might as well just like, what's the worst case scenario? Usually really bad, but so far so good. Hi.
Hi. So you talked about all the things you've done so far in Hawaii, but what about the food?
The food. I started asking locals what Hawaiian food is. Spam came up a lot. Spam, pineapples, macadamia nuts, coconuts, mangoes, not dragon fruit with white flesh.
Oh, dragon fruit's not in season.
Oh, is that why?
Possibly?
So normally they're all over Craigslist.
I don't know about that.
Okay, yeah, it's honestly, it's been a lot of Japanese food. Like, we're just in Waikiki. I don't know if this is the best representation of, like, Hawaiian culture. Like, that big strip of a street just kind of looks like LA with the same shops and stuff. Yeah, I don't think I've had, like, real Hawaiian food. Yeah.
We had the luau yesterday.
You guys had the luau. We got to watch you eat. Yeah, there was like this whole thing. It was like, are we gonna? Like no one knew. Like, are we joining in on the luau? And they're like, we're not sure. And before you know it, they're like, okay, well, let's just order something in the back, and then you guys can eat while you're not on stage.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah, but who went to the luau yesterday? Do you guys have? Oh my goodness, it was one of those things. Like, I can't believe this is happening. We're in Hawaii, we're doing this show outside. It was so beautiful. That's it. Where do you go from there?
I have suggestions for donuts.
Actually, I've had a lot of donuts here. I don't usually eat sweets, but I had like some Portuguese donuts. I went to this bakery in Chinatown with these like purple donuts. Koi? That was really good. Oh, I guess that's Hawaiian. I had like 5 of those. I went to,
There's one more you should try, but I'll Twitter you about that.
Go say it so I remember it.
Moto.
Okay,
Moto.
Moto.
Thank you.
Aloha. Okay. I was trying to think of the other sentence. I couldn't remember it. Sorry. I remember Nui Moa.
Nui Loa.
Alright, remind me again later. Hi.
Hi. The last time we saw Kevin, Chuck was releasing him from the veil.
Right.
Do you think he cleared that plan? Did he have the guts to clear that plan with Mrs. Tran? Or did she just wake up one morning and, oh, Kevin's gone?
Oh, so you're making the assumption that they've been hanging out.
No. You don't remember?
I know, yeah, but like...
Kevin was stuck in the veil.
Yes.
There was his dad's watch.
Right.
So she kind of took Kevin off Sanity's hands.
Right.
So what? Did Kevin...
I mean, it was like 2 seasons. You think Kevin's gonna stick around for 2 seasons? No, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I mean, going with your logic, which is very plausible, she's probably really sad right now. Because, Chuck probably just like, boop.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is awful. Thanks for the sad
That's
feels.
what I've always wondered. Mrs. Tran just kind of disappeared. It's like everybody just forgot about her. And it's like, oh,
It's
my
like
heart
Adam all
breaks.
over again.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Give it another 10 seasons and I'll do something right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's explained in season 13. Or not, probably not.
Well, I'd like to see Mrs. Tran join the Waywards.
Great.
You know, they need a woman to kind of keep them all in line, especially the young ones. Not that, the sheriffs can't do that, but Mrs. Tran just kind of has a different motherly sort of vibe.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, I mean, Lauren's on a new show, Andy Mack, right now, which keeps her pretty busy, but I mean, I'm sure she would try her best to make time for that. That would be amazing.
I So, everybody just tweet that out. Get it going.
Wow.
Mrs. Tran is a wayward.
She totally would be too. She handled that tattoo.
Wayward Tran. Wayward Tran. Tweet Wayward Tran.
Wayward Tran.
Hashtag Wayward Tran.
There you go. Hashtag Wayward Tran. Oh, I like that. I went to Lauren about that. She's gonna.
Oh, thank you for getting her on social media, by the way.
Oh, she loves it so much. Her husband does not. Because she's always on it though. She's obsessed. It's really cute. What was the last thing I taught her how to use? I think I set up. No, that was Skype. That's an easy one. Yeah, Instagram, Twitter. I think she wanted Snapchat at one point.
You got her on Facebook too,
I
right?
got her on Facebook. I think that's it. What else is missing? Tumblr. No, I told her to avoid Tumblr.
Avoid Tumblr, avoid Reddit.
Avoid Reddit. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a dark hole. Yeah. Oh, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Wayward Tran. Hey guys.
I like that.
Yeah. Wait, they're talking about getting Lauren Tom. Do you remember Lauren Tom?
Of course.
She played my mom.
Yeah.
She could possibly be Wayward Tran.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like same name.
Yes. Yeah. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
She's. I mean, what a great woman.
Yeah.
What's going on out here, guys?
Hey, Mark.
Oh.
Is there a thing?
Yeah, Rich. We just still doing the thing that we do.
Actually, hey, request for you guys.
Okay.
Remember when Gil did it was like humping my Baymax?
Yeah.
So from my perspective, I actually didn't really see it or understood what was happening. You guys had front row seats. Can you tell that story?
Well, when a man and an inflatable dog love each other very much.
He was humping you.
Yeah. See, I had no clue. Like, what I know of it, you guys told me.
Well, you were inside the suit, standing there. And
Oh, I thought it was Gil for a second. I'm like, oh my God.
It was perfect. So now, Osric, you be Osric. Mark, you be Gil. So, Osric, you're sitting there in an inflatable suit, minding your own, and Gil, you come up and start giving him the business from behind. That's what happened. This is. Let me tell you something. I painted a picture with words, kid. So, essentially. By the way, next time somebody says you become a kitty, say no. But truly, that's not even a setup for you, Mark. Yeah, there you go. You're giving him the biz night, and then all of a sudden, Baymax starts deflating, and you start flailing around like one of those inflatable guys at a gas station, like Robbie's doing there. And from the wilted fabric that once was Baymax comes a short t-shirt clad Osric Chau, like a phoenix from the ashes.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
It birthed Osric Chau.
So in many ways, we got to see inception and conception and all in one big phase. Yeah, I guess the gestation, if a Gil marries a Baymax and gets Baymax pregnant, the gestation period for the baby is about 30 seconds. Yeah. And then out comes a full-grown Osric Chau.
That's what happened.
Ah, I'm a product of Dark Gil.
That's how you go what?
That's how I got my Osric.
Yeah, that's right. We all have one. So there you go. Now you're all grown up. Now you know the truth.
And Gil is your father.
It's like a bad Star Wars thing.
It's a bad something. Ladies and gentlemen, Osric Chau. It's getting weaker and weaker.
It's weaker and weaker.
I like that was such a great Shepherd moment to have Mark come out here, everybody's on it, and we're like, okay, so he did not hear the setup clearly. We're like, be Gil, right? So,
Right.
like, that wasn't even, I said that was such a great, I said that was so funny having you out here and not know the Gil story we're ramming into. So I know that was magic. That was fantastic. You're hard to surprise, my man, and we surprised you with that.
I wasn't sure that actually surprised me.
Well, that's another problem.
But actually, that makes us Gil's problem.
Yeah, it really does. Come on, y'all. All right, well, so next to the stage.
I was thinking when we said that Gil is Osric's father, like him having to tell Osric that. Can you do that?
No. Wait, so I'm Gil, and I've got to sit down with Osric?
Never mind.
No, I got to sit down with Osric?
It's over. He'd say, you know.
It's not the first rule of improv that Richard just gets to say no.
Yeah, Richard doesn't do improv.
I'm trying to think of I think Gil would probably demand a
You should do a fun Gil. I was just going to do I'm your father, y'all. I'm your father. That's what Gil would say. That's what I was going for.
I mean, Dad, yeah.
Richard Spink Jr., everybody.
All right, so we have to, the next on the stage it's a big surprise. So, don't tell anybody.